have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders. And among those maimed and murdered, innocent children.
Disgraced millionaire Jeffrey Epstein has committed suicide in his jail cell. 3 officials familiar with the matter say accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein killed himself at Manhattan's Metropolitan Correctional Center. The sources say they found him at 7:30 this morning inside his cell. They say he hanged himself. He had been arrested earlier in July for those sex trafficking charges of several minor girls. We will continue to stay on top of this story. This news just breaking minutes ago. Committed suicide in his jail cell. Committed suicide in his jail cell.
But the law says if you made a mistake, you rescind.
Whose law said that? The law of the United States?
Yeah.
Or who controls the law of the United States?
Legislatures.
Yeah, legislatures that have their own agenda. Laws mean nothing. You give me the currency of a country and you can make all the rules in the world. And that's all that matters. Who's in control?
1-800-CALL-FBI.
We built software to fight human trafficking and the sexual exploitation of children.
I was sexually assaulted by a successful Hollywood agent.
And this child was so conditioned by her environment that she thought she was engaging in play.
Dat was het breekpunt.
That was the breaking point.
Kinderen.
Children.
This nation, this idea called America was and always will be a new world. Our new world.
I've had all the money in the world 3 times. I had to give it back to keep the...
I, Shalom, want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shah, Wahar Rakah Kodash, which in the ancient Hebrew tongue would be the correct names of the Heavenly Father, His beloved Son, and the Holy Spirit. I also would like to give double honors to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much due honors and respect to the sincere brethren out that is also laboring in his work. And as always, I want to say shalom to the believers, the Akim, as well as the Aqua, which would be you brothers along with the sisters that subscribe to this truth as well. So yeah, this sitting right here is going to be centered around, the agendas of the elites of this society, which consist of the international banking families, starting with, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, you got the DuPonts, the Fitzgeralds, the Morgans, the Oppenheimers, pretty much the chief house of the nation of Edom, those who seized control of the planet Earth, fulfilling the book of Job, the 9th chapter and the 24th verse, where it is written, the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. And the agenda of these elites is pretty much to crown their enterprise a success, which comes in the form of their New World Order. Now, those of you who are in the know, you'll understand that the New World Order details, chipping the inhabitants of the planet Earth, with this RFID technology, But really, when you go into it, one of the aspects of the New World Order is depopulation, population control, okay? Because these devils have pretty much classified, certain people on the planet Earth as useless eaters, man. Furthermore, when you go into the Georgia Guidestones, which a lot of you Americans out there, you people out there, you don't understand, the Georgia Guidestones, where these elites pretty much, desire to depopulate the planet Earth. And really, when you go into it, you know, that depopulation is geared towards the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Which this happened before, when you go back into the time of Pharaoh, you know, when Israel was being oppressed and in bondage, you know, under the house of Pharaoh. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me grab that real quick before we get into this lesson. All right, this is Exodus, the 1st chapter. And let me see. Yeah, we'll start at the 7th verse. It says, and the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, see, and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. Yeah, so that became a problem, you know, to the Pharaoh, man. The children of Israel, they were fruitful and they multiplied, you see? And that's what you see today. There's jakes all over the place, man. That's why the Lord said Israel is as the sand of the sea. You know, we scattered throughout the earth. So a part of this New World Order is to cut down the population of the earth. But really, when you go into it, that's geared towards Israel. You know, these elites have no place for Israel in a New World Order. All right? And there's nothing more than a plea to gain the birthright. You got to understand, everything goes back to the birthright. These devils don't do nothing, you know, just for sport, man. This is all a desperate plea to regain the birthright, which was never theirs. It was set up in the spirit for us to receive the birthright, all right? But these devils are scratching and clawing to receive that birthright, and they feel as if they can rid us out as a nation, you know, root us up, then they would be able to claim that inheritance, all right? So that's that's one of the main aspects concerning the New World Order. But another thing with the New World Order, and one of the main, the driving force behind these devils establishing the so-called New World Order is for them to openly declare their wickedness, man. And I forgot what information there was, but it's a few sources where, you know, certain people who touch on this topic, they go into the fact that there's going to be a point where these devils is going to openly come out, you know, and declare their allegiance to the spiritual being Satan, man. All right? Because see, right now, these devils, they have to play it off. They have to appear as if they pious, you know, as if they have some type of morality, you know, and they have to tiptoe around and do their dirt in the shadows. But this New World Order, it actually consists of them being able to come out in the open. You know, if you want to be a damn pedophile, go ahead. You know, if you want to be a lesbian or a bisexual, transgender, hey, go ahead. You know, that's why you had the LGBTQ set up. You got these different, you know, stars that support it. You got this guy, Dwayne Wade, and his demon, you know, Gabrielle Union. They promoting homosexuality. One of the brothers, they was touching on it the other night, how his little boy was in some tights and some damn pumps, man. High heel pumps. See? So this is all the agenda of the elites, man, to desensitize you to the wickedness. You know, you got this guy, Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner. All right, he won some damn humanitarian award. And look, man, these devils is going to show their horns, and that's a part of the New World Order as well. You know, that they will be able to come out of the closet and openly proclaim their wickedness. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get into this. Start off in the book of Isaiah, 14th chapter. See, this is why Yahweh Shai is going to have to get rid of these devils, man. You know, that's why Yahweh Shai made the statement, lest those days be shortened, there will be no flesh remain to be saved. All right? So this is Isaiah 14, and starting at verse 21, it says, prepare slaughter for the children for the iniquity of their fathers. Yeah, and the children would be the Edomites that you see today here on the planet Earth. What you got this guy Vocab Malone and his feeble attempts to try to discredit what we teach. He like to say that the Edomites is done away with, man. Which that doesn't make any sense at all if you understand the scriptures. But these devils that you see here today, you know, in power, these senators, these presidents, you know, over the years, like this guy George Bush, you know, you saw him in the opening clip. He was vehemently for the New World Order, man. All right? Which all these devils are. You see? So those are the children. Again, it says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. And for those of you who have eyes to see and ears to hear, you clearly understand that this is dealing with reincarnation. They are their fathers. All right? Reading on, it says that they do not rise. Okay, the Lord said, prepare slaughter for these devils that they may not rise. All right? Nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Yeah, because if these devils accomplish this feat, you know, and establish their new world order, if they crown it a success, then wickedness will abound, man. See? So that's why the Lord said, prepare slaughter for them, so that they may not rise and fill the face of the world with their cities. See? Verse 22, for I will rise up against them. Okay, the Lord said he's going to rise up against these devils, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant, okay, which these Edomites that you see today are the remnant of their forefathers. It says, and son and nephew, says the Lord. Right, so when you cut off the son and the nephew, that actually cuts off the bloodline. That's why we read, you know what? Let me grab some real quick back in Exodus, okay, where we was reading where the Pharaoh looked to cut off Israel, okay? Now, how do you cut off a nation? By cutting off the son. That proves right there that it's the men who preserve the nations, man, through their seed, all right? So this is Exodus 1:15. It says, and the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, which a midwife would be a nurse. All right. It says, of which the name of the one was Shapara, and the name of the other Pua. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman, right, meaning when the Hebrew women had their children, it says, and see them upon the stools. If it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then shall she live. Right, so the Pharaoh, he gave out an edict, a decree to the midwives. Look, whenever the Israelite women are in birth, if they have a son, put them to death. And that's a form of what? Depopulation right there. So back then in ancient Egypt, they was looking to control the population by killing off the Israelites. And when you fast forward today, this new world order consists of depopulating the planet Earth, which is geared toward Israel. So that proves right there that if you want to cut off a nation, you kill off the men, all right? And that's why Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, said this. Again, let's read it again. Isaiah 14:22. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant, and son and nephew, said the Lord. Yeah, so the Lord is going to flip the script on you, Esau, okay, in your secret meetings, you know, in your councils, you know, like you had these Bilderberg meetings. Where these devils get together, they discuss ways on how to get rid of Israel. Well, guess what? The Lord said he's going to cut you off, man. He's going to cut off son and nephew so that you may not rise and fill the face of the world with your cities. Meaning what? So that you may not crown your enterprise a success. Meaning the Lord is going to stop you from establishing your new world order. All right? And to further prove that, this is the book of Job, the 5th chapter. And I started the 12th verse. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty. so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. See? And you devils is crafty, man. You know, this process of establishing this new world order, this is not something that started overnight, man. This goes all the way back to when these devils first came into power, man. You know? When they came back into power, should I say. So these devils was looking to establish their new world order way back then. All right? And they've been crafty in going about it. But again, the scriptures say, Job 5:12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty. Right, so the Lord is going to disappoint you, man. It says, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And what's that enterprise? This new world order. This is what these devils are scratching and clawing, passing these different legislations. This is what it's all about, man. The results, the driving force behind everything these devils do is to establish their new world order. And really, when you go into it, again, it's all in attempts to somehow gain the birthright. That's what this thing is all about. See, verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. See that? He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. Now, how is the Lord taking the wise in his own counsel? By way of the prophets. Because these devils, they like to deal in the shroud of secrecy. They like to deal in darkness. But we are light. You know, the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua being brought forth is known as the light. So this is the main thing that's upsetting the plans of these devils. Matter of fact, let's prove that. Stand in the book of Job, the 20th chapter, and start at the 18th verse. It says, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be. Right, so everything these devils have labored for, they're going to give it back. That's going to be the restitution, according to his substance. Everything this devil has gained in his pursuit to power, he's going to vomit it up. All right? It says, and he shall not rejoice therein. And what does it mean when the scripture says he shall not rejoice therein? These devils is not going to establish their new world order. See? Verse 19, because he have oppressed, see, and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away an house which he builded not. Yeah, and this is across the board. These devils has oppressed, they have offended, and they have violently taken away a house which they have built it not. For an example, America, man. They took this, man. Everything these devils own, they took it. Okay? That's why Yahweh Shai referred to the so-called white man as the thief when you read the book of St. John, the 10th chapter. Verse 20, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Let's read this again. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. This is dealing with his mind. These devils is losing sleep, and it's all because of the prophets, man. These devils don't care about the black consciousness community, man. You know, or you had this guy T.I. and the Owens chick. You know, they was debating over the Make America Great Again. You know, the whole fiasco, the panel they had. Man, Esau ain't concerned about that, man. You know? Esau is losing sleep because the Lord has raised up the prophets. See? And that's what it's going into. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, meaning his mind. He shall not save of that which he desired. And that's dealing with the New World Order. That's why you had this demon Bush, Daddy Bush, in the opening clip. In his pride, he said, yeah, we are going to establish our New World Order. That's their desire, man. See? But the Lord said they're not going to save of that which they desire. Verse 21, there shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. Verse 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. That's where we at right now. This devil is in the full of his sufficiency, yet he's in straits. when you go into that word straight or go into the idea of being in straits, it means a level of difficulty. See, these devils, we have pretty much boxed them off. Look, these devils been trying to mandate the RFID chip, man. First, they try to pitch it to you in the form of, hey, it's convenient, you know. But every time they try to pitch it, the prophets do a video on it, man. We pretty much catching them with their hand in the cookie jar. So they're going to be forced to just make it mandatory. See, they try to finesse you with it, you know. But we've been coming out telling you that it's the mark of the beast, and it makes sense. So now these devils in straits, we threw a monkey wrench, if you will, in their plan, man. See? In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Yeah, right now they're in straits. They're trying to figure out how can they bring forth this RFID technology, which is the glue to the New World Order, you know, for them to be able to control the people. You know, those who they deem to not be obsolete, you know, who they feel can exist in a new world order. They need to get that chip off and running, but we keep upsetting it, man. See, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, all right, when he is about to fill his belly, meaning when he's just about to crown this new world order of success, you know, the Lord is going to, hey, man, the Lord is heavy, man. The Lord is going to make these devils believe that they almost there, you know. It says, when he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. See? And that's dealing with the destruction. Verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon. Again, that's dealing with the destruction. And the bow of steel shall strike him through. Yeah, that's dealing with the missiles, man. See? Verse 25, it is drawn and coming out of the body. Yeah, that's dealing with the missiles when they come out of those silos. Yes, the glittering sword coming out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. What's the glittering sword? Ultimately, the nuclear missiles, man. Those ICBM missiles. See? Verse 26, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. That's dealing with World War III. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Yeah, and that's dealing with, after the results of World War III, you're going to have these elites that's going to be preserved alive in these bunkers, man. That's why the scriptures say, it shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. So out of the house of, or the tabernacle of Edom, you're going to have the bankers left. And that's who we're going to actually take into captivity, man. And that's justice. See? And it's the point right here, verse 27. It says, the heaven shall reveal his iniquity. See? The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. What do it mean when it say the heaven shall reveal his iniquity? That's dealing with the men that you see teaching his word by way of the internet, man. Because you have satellites up in the heavens, and we are known as the heavens as well. Yahushua made the statement, the kingdom of heaven is within you. We are heaven, man. We the kingdom, you know. That's why, again, it says, the heaven shall reveal his iniquity. And this is why these devils are in straits, because we revealing them. You know, again, these devils, they always dealt under the shroud of secrecy and darkness. And this is the way they was able to go about their business. But now, we that beacon of light, we revealing them, saying, look, there go the devil, there go the devil, see? So we're in the time now where these devils is pretty much going to, be forced to make a move, man. Hey, we're in beautiful time. We're in a time now where the devil has been identified and targeted. Now he got to make his move, man. And that's what these devils is going to ultimately do. They're going to just come out and say it. Look, we the devil, man. You know? And that's where we at in the process. Again, truth has taken root on the planet Earth. So, pretty much I just wanted to touch on that. Lord willing, it was edifying. Till the next time I say shalom.